Alright, so today we're checking out Sabaton in Livstid I Krig, I believe is how it's pronounced. I was pretty close. Look at that view. That's pretty cool. Man, how many people are there? You know that fire's hot. The drums being on the tank is awesome. That was in the Great War reaction that I did as well. Whole crowd. They don't even have to sing. Got some production guys. Man, you're seeing it all. This is a great view. Cool, man, the way they did this. Look at that backdrop. That's freaking awesome. Just one cameraman. I mean, this is some really cool access, honestly. I'm sure this has been done before, but I don't remember seeing like an official tour shot type video from on stage from the band's perspective before, especially in an environment like this where it's nice and dark out there. You can kind of catch a different depth of element from everybody putting their phones up. I've got I had the English version of the vocals up over here because I'm very limited in my languages. I only know one, and I took 2 years of Spanish, but I can like say close the door and stuff like that. This is fantastic. Let's get back to it. Very big, ballady kind of sound. So are they all singing, or all four of them? Or is it just the three? Is that Flora's husband? So this was 2020, so I'm assuming that's Flora's husband on drums. I'm gonna try to say it. Man. Okay. There's a couple different ways I can think to say this. Either Hannes Vandal, but for some reason I feel like it's gonna be Giannis. but that doesn't make sense either. So how do you pronounce the drummer's name? Maybe some of you have answered this in other comments. I've asked this before, I think, but that's pretty cool. They were all just laid up on those microphones singing. It's really cool to see them all harmonizing and stuff together, making that big sound. Back to it. So we got, who's that? Is that Chris Rorland or Tommy Johansson? And on bass, Par Sundstrom. I don't know if that's Par or Pa. I'm learning more than just music, guys. Seriously, though, through a lot of this discovery, this really does come down to some of this. I'm learning more than music. You know, I've been exposed to a lot of American thrash bands and overseas bands. It's not that I haven't had exposure to overseas bands, but United States of America in the past 20 years or so has been culturally kind of lacking relevancy in the world of metal. I mean, it's a shrinking thing over here, which obviously, as you can see by the fact that they sell these places out probably 300 times a year over there, overseas and in different countries. And over here, I've heard that they have great shows, but certainly not as big. So we don't get as exposed to not only the music itself and the differences that happen there, but just with this band, it's a very historical band that's always writing about real-life events, wartime situations. I believe this song is about, if I recall seeing it, somebody that was in the Swedish army. I won't try to explain the story any further from there because I'll butcher it, and somebody's going to tell me about it in the comments anyway, so I appreciate you for letting me know. Yeah, just I don't know all history, but this is really cool. I like the perspective, the stage view that you're getting here is really unique. We don't really kind of get to peek behind the scenes for this much time with most bands. So from a perspective of a performer who's been on stage, I think the biggest crowd I played in front of is about 1,000 people. It was one of the highlights of my life. It was in a room that fit 1,000 people. We opened up for Seven Dust. It was awesome and amazing. This is the closest I've been to really getting that first-person view of being able to potentially perform in front of a crowd this big. I mean, how awe-inspiring this is. And the song's not overly complicated. It's kind of ballady per se. Not speed metal. It's not this big epic, you know, destructive, loud song. Just consistent, giving you what you need. I like it so far. It's my favorite that I've heard. Not yet, but the whole presentation's pretty amazing. As far as the singer is concerned, Joachim Broden, I don't know how to say that either. Again, I'm learning. I still really don't get into his lower register. Some of that real low stuff just is kind of different for me. So I keep listening. I do love Sabaton so far, though. Let's keep going. They're doing a great job with backing vocals as well. Everybody's in line. It's really tight for a live mix. I don't know how much editing was done in post. It doesn't sound like too much, man. For everything I've heard from them, has been super tight so far. But this is the first time I've, to speak to the song. It's open enough, and it's not overly busy and overly active enough for me to sit back and really hear, like, oh, wow. All three of them are up at the mic all at one time, harmonizing and killing it. This is great. any of these names I'm saying are wrong, forgive me. I'm just looking at Wikipedia. Current band lineup, former lineup, the tank drums. Looks like the last lineup change would have been 2016 anyways, so I'm assuming that those are all the correct names. Respect goes to this entire band, the production crew, the management team for this, and how this band has existed for many, many years, and other than just kind of being a name out there in the metal community, you know, in the thrash older community like my guys hang out in, it just kind of stayed under our radar, and I'm extremely happy I've been able to find and digest this band. I hope you're enjoying watching me go through the journey. This has been Sabaton. I won't try to butcher the name of the video again, but man, what a cool experience to get to experience that. What a cool experience. The onstage view was pretty cool. So hope you enjoy these. This has been another one from Sabaton. I've got a playlist, so this one's going to end up on it. I really liked it. It's not something I'm going to listen to super often. It just was kind of, you know, kind of on that slower side of things. So this is one of those songs that it'll probably keep popping up in my YouTube feed, and then I'll fall in love with it over the next week or two. It's just going to end up on the playlist like everything else. So if you like the Sabaton reactions, make sure you subscribe so you get notified when I do them. There's a playlist. I'm going to be doing a lot of them because I'm really enjoying the journey of going down this rabbit hole with you guys of the Sabaton, Nightwish, and now even Epica. I'm doing them all, and I'm learning way too much information in a very short period of time. So forgive me as I grow with you. Most of you have been fans for a long time, and I appreciate how much you want to share with me. Please keep sharing with me so I can keep learning. Just realize, whew, I can only learn so much at one time. I'm a 45-year-old man that's done way too much to his mind. At the end of the day, I'm just a metalhead. Always have been and always will be. If you're watching this as one of my watchers and you're not, go listen to more stuff like this and you will be one. And if you are a metalhead from this crew, thanks for having me in the family.